Hello everyone and welcome to this lecture on access control mechanisms on access control, and we are focusing specifically on access control mechanisms. And access control is a security process that determines who is allowed to use or view resources in a computer systems. In simple terms, it's about making sure only the right people can access certain files, applications, or data while keeping everyone else out, right? Then access control mechanisms, this one are the specific tools and methods we use to enforce these rules. They help us manage user permissions and make sure sensitive information stays protected, right? So this one restrict unauthorized users from access sensitive data and perform privileged operations. So what access control mechanisms do? Yeah, these ones are responsible for managing who can access what within a system. They make sure that only authorized users can reach sensitive data or perform important actions like changing system settings. For example, if you are not an admin, you should not be able to install new software or view confidential files. These mechanisms are there to block unauthorized users from doing things they should not. So we have the types of access control. The three primary controls that we have are preventive, detective, and corrective, right? Then for preventive controls, these are designed to stop security incidents before they happen, right? For example, using strong passwords, security cameras, or firewalls to keep intruders out. Then there are detective controls. This one helps us notice when something suspicious has happened. This could be motion detectors, motion sensors, alarm systems, or reviewing security cameras footage to spot unauthorized access. Then the other one is corrective, and this one are used to fix problems after an incident. For example, removing a virus after infection, restoring data from a backup, or rebooting a compromised system. There are also four other access control types, and these are deterrent, recovery, directive, and compensating access controls. And on deterrent controls, these are meant to discourage people from trying to break the rules, like warning signs and putting visible security cameras. So this one, this deter, then or discourage people from trying to break the rules. Then there's recovery controls. This helps system bounce back after an attack, such as restoring lost data. Then there are directive controls, like those are give instructions or policies, like security training at an organizations or written policies or guidelines. Then the compensating access controls, these are backup measures used when the main controls can't be applied, like extra monitoring if a system can't use strong passwords, right? So these are types of access controls that we have. We explained the three primary and the other four access control types that we have. Then the access control mechanisms that we can talk about, this is the discretional access control, the mandatory access control, then the role-based access control. Then the DAC, the DAC, here the owner of a resource like a file, right, decides who else can access it. Right. So users have control over their objects and can grant or revoke access permissions. Right. For example, if you create a document, you can choose which colleagues can read or edit it. Right. Then there is the MAC. This the mandatory access control. Access is based on predefined rules and security labels assigned to subjects and objects. So access is determined by strict rules and labels. For example, in a government system, only users with a top secret, right, clearance can see top secret documents regardless of who owns the file, right? Then we will move on to RBAC, the robust access control. This one's access is based on users' roles and responsibilities within the organization. So permissions are based on your job role. For example, all members of the HR department can access employee records, but not financial data. If you change jobs, your access changes with your new role. There are also access control techniques. So there are several ways to implement access control, right? So these ones, there's what you call the ACLs, the access control list. These are lists of permissions associated with objects, specifying who can access them and what actions can they perform, right? So these ones, these are lists attached to files or resources, right? Showing who can use them and what actions they can take, like read, write, or delete. Then we have user-based access control. These access permissions are assigned to individual users. Permissions are set for each individual user. For example, only you can access your personal folder, right? Then there are group-based access control. These access permissions that are assigned to groups and users are added to appropriate groups, right? Users are put into groups and the permissions are given to the whole group. For instance, everyone in the managers group can access certain reports. Then there are attribute-based access control. These are access permissions are assigned to groups. Access decisions are based on attributes associated with the users, objects, environmental conditions, right? So access decisions are made based on attributes, right? Such as user location, the time of the day, or the type of device being used. For example, you might only be allowed to access sensitive data from the office, not from home, right? So these are access control techniques that we have. The access control list, the user-based access control, the group-based access control, and then the attribute-based access control. So this marks the end of our presentation on access control mechanisms. I hope this presentation was useful, and thank you for listening to these presentations. Questions are welcome in the comment section. Feel free to ask if you have questions. Thank you.